Good morning. I am working on restoration number 1. My name is Lucas Schaefer, and it is July something. July 12th. Okay. So I decided that I would practice on some old stuff I found. This is a package of hollow jam, full bleed, basically some cool bangers in here. Got Charles Barkley. You can just kind of see the surface here. Just needs a good cleaning. And the cool thing that I thought about this as back to normal. And we will see a before and after. The card itself is fantastic. You can see the raised edges, so there's going to be some rolling out. And I'm excited about doing all that because this will be the first time. So I just chose this one. It was the first one. I don't know if it's number 1. No, it's definitely not. Charles Barkley would have been the first one because I put him in upside down. But I also have, but for today to get started, let's just talk about Clarence Weatherspoon. See, this is exactly why these cards are messed up. They get popped in here just like this. See that? See what I'm doing? Just push it on in there. Yeah, so that's why that set is, somebody keeps taking it out and putting it back in there. So this guy seemed to have the simplest work. There is no, you can see the edge there popped up. So I have my clamp ready. I have Mr. Barkley sitting on the side. I've got my cleaning tools. So the first thing we're going to do is these white, what I'm going to call dust particles. I'm going to see about removing those right now, okay? So I'm going to take a little bit of this carddoc.com and I'm just going to start cleaning it. It would seem as though the spot right here, and these little spots right here, are defects, and the rub that I was talking about is a foil conditioner, and that looks like a scratch. Let's see. Nope. Just some chicken grease from breakfast. I didn't eat breakfast yet, but you can see that I seem to be uncovering what I would call our classic hollow foil chips. And they're all over the card, which is unfortunate. And I think the more that I rub on this, the more that I'm creating. So I'm going to just give it one good shot one more time. So that goes away. I'm going to reach over here and go ahead and start with just a little rub. You know, I can feel I'm seeing shadows from the hologram that are kind of throwing me off a little bit. So what I thought was just dust turns out to possibly be some kind of chipping. It does look more shiny. Let's see if I can get this. Don't know if I can tell a difference just yet. Don't see anything here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back a little bit more cleaner. So this is plastic. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the method going on here. So we've got 4 corners. I'm gonna do a sort of a variation of what I've seen others do, and so this is the dragon breath method. The key thing here is that I've got this straw and dragon breath, and so I blow into the straw, and it definitely will create a moisture. Okay, so low pressure. I've been told to sort of always move towards the out to relay down those fibers. You can see the little bit of water that's picking up on here, so that's a good sign that I did get it wet. Now, one thing I always see them doing a lot of is rolling. So I'm going to start rolling this card here, and my goal is to push those fibers and extend them across. And again, to the camera, I think because of the angle, I can still see a little bit of. Let's see if I can change the angle. Yeah, it's becoming less of an eyesore. That's probably the only benefit here. And I can tell that if I look at it from above, that the corner is getting nice and it's getting pushed down at this stage. But we'll do some before and afters. You can see that lifted edge too. You can, okay, so here's untouched, and what I'm looking at is the upper edge here. So I can put my finger on this. You can see right here in the light. Let me get the light back. There we go. So now focus. What I saw was that you could tell that it had been worked on. So there's the edge, and then flat. Let's see, flat. Edge, see it? It's right there, and then it breaks, and then it's flat. Okay? So let's just get a little bit further. Let's try this side. So I go to the small one. Don't see any small things to focus on here. So, just a little. You can see, and this wasn't the worst corner either, by the way. Yeah, boy, it just jumps. I need to get some better light in here. Make a note. Better light, please. So we got all. So I heard the guys doing it for 15-20 minutes, and I do like that idea of just kind of taking my time, the whole thing where we're just kind of, it's okay card. I feel like that's doing it disservice to it too, I feel like I'm putting, again, this card is not considerably damaged, but I am excited to see if I can take this side corner crease out. Now, if you remember, if you saw it, it was less than 1 millimeter of curvature on the side. Where we saw one of the other cards had a lot, like an entire crease. So let's go ahead and take a look and see if we can't see this side together from this corner up. So the lift has been managed. It is now from a whitening standpoint to now a corner that has some good lines, and I can still see a little bit of misshape, but that side looks really good. And I didn't spend a lot of time on the top half because I figured I'd get to it. That's good. So the front and the back, well, let's get a little aggressive with this is going on for 30 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some. So I've seen them when they start to go, okay, the Dragon's Breath is good for moderate stuff. Now I'm going to get this tip wet. And I'm going to go strong in here. I want to get this. Don't want to get to the point where I'm stripping it off. I want to see some wet in there. So we'll get this side really wet, which is the top half. So remember that, the top half really wet. It's harder, or you got to get it wetter, or something's not right. So let's. Okay, so I'm gonna just kind of crush that. I feel like I'm crushing it. All right, so half of this, we'll just crush it. Because you got to make mistakes. So we did half of this, sort of that crush and push technique. Watch it work. Great. Right where I was rolling at, there is some misshape in this. And I'm hoping, what I'm really hoping for is that the final thing, which is the seal. Yeah, I fixed it. See if I can get it a little bit more here. So I'm gonna go a little aggressive with this one this time. Ooh, see, I'm leaving little things on it. So I'm going a little more aggressive. Oh, I can see a dent. It's definitely laying down. See if I can get that light to hit. Where you at, light? You know, I always listen for what they say on the time, and they say stuff like 15 minutes of rolling it and just rolling it and rolling it. And maybe that's the trick. Maybe I am rushing it. 45 minutes in, though, I don't know. I feel like this 35-year-old card should be a lot more amenable. Sort of a And you know, the other thing too is I don't think this is a traditional card stock. You know, I got this here. You know, these seem to be I probably chose the wrong card to start with. You know, this card is no damage whatsoever, but I can definitely tell that I'm working with a plastic, and the foam is probably more critical. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop trying to do that and let the press part do the work. So let's focus on this corner. I can definitely see this corner is still raised. I'll show you a little better here. All right. So I can see it's going. Ooh. Yeah, let's go level it out on the other. The good news is I don't see apparent where's that white light coming from? So I don't see like indentions except right there. You can tell. But overall, I'm gonna try to see if the press didn't get it out. The clamping. There is some chipping in here. Oh, that's the light that it was on. So I don't want to see the card. Okay, so what I don't want to do is mess with this so long. Okay, finally got the wrappers off. That was a little bit of a. So I'm just gonna clean this. I'm probably doing this ass backwards, but I know and understand and respect clean workspaces, clean homes, clean bathrooms. Clean your bathrooms. That's horrible. Showing up at your house and I'm trying to get a number 2 done, and I look at your toilet and everything in there, and I notice that it hasn't been cleaned in some time. That's a shame. So a lot of that stuff's underneath there. That's good. So I'm gonna take a brand new dude. This card aligned. So I'm really gonna kind of get in there and let's try to back up and do this. I really want to get over the card like that. It's in there. I can see it flattening out and getting into the card. So